Thank you guys for coming to this meeting. We're going to discuss several things. Excuse me. The first thing is I'm going to present the signature plan, my signature plan project, and then we're going to finish up the meeting by talking about some Moby Max skills that we're working on and our standards and different things that we have that we need to address in our grade level meeting. Houston County Schools mission statement. Houston County Schools, believing that our children are our future, commit to a partnership with stakeholders to provide a safe, caring learning environment that encourage each student to achieve his or her full potential. Now, the stakeholders here include parents, business leaders, community leaders, anyone who assists with our students. Houston County Vision Statement says Houston County Schools, in partnership with our stakeholders, will prepare students to lead productive lives and meet high expectations of a competitive global society. In this pursuit, we will strive to become innovative, exemplary, and technology-rich centers for learning, with the centers being the schools. We will inspire, challenge, and empower students to become responsible citizens and lifelong learners who are excited by the challenges of tomorrow. By implementing high-quality, research-based educational strategies in a safe, secure, and nurturing environment, we will ensure that the success of our students will to compete in the 21st century. While sharing this vision, we will shape the future through perseverance, dedication, and teamwork. If you notice around campus, there are lots of posters on the hall. Each classroom has one that says, share the vision, shape the future. That is kind of like each school's motto. These were provided by the central office because the mission statement and the vision statement are district wide. They're the whole Houston County Schools vision and mission statement. Identifying a need. Excuse me. Ashford High School is a thriving and productive school, but is in need of some technology enhancement to bridge the gaps between where we are and where we need to be. As a school that has over 725 students enrolled and each of them having a Chromebook, we are in need of boosters and enhancers to make the Wi-Fi signals more effective and usable. The school could also benefit for some other forms of technology items to increase our student engagement. Setting a goal. The main goal of my action plan was to improve students' attendance and scores on standardized testing. Providing these new aids and technology will assist all of our students. The use of the clickers and working Chromebooks will help in the differentiation of instruction for students. This technology will meet the students where they are and bring them to where they need to be to learn best, whether it be auditory, kinesthetic, or visual. I want this plan to meet all of the students on my campus. And our campus does house several special needs classrooms, and I know that their standardized testing is a little different, but the technology that we have can also assist those students as well. Ashford demographics of sixth grade. This was from the 2021 school year. And Ashford is a little town located in the southeast corner of Georgia, Florida, and Alabama. We're about 10 miles from Georgia and about 15 miles from Florida. We have a very rural population, as all of you know. The total number of students in sixth grade were 82 students last year. The number of male students were 46 and female students were 36. We had three groups of ethnicity labeled. 72% were Caucasian, 26% were African American, and 2% were multiracial. We had 12 students who had a 504 plan or an individualized education plan or an IEP. So it was just a run-of-the-mill general set of students. Okay, this is shocking to some people, and it was very shocking and eye-opening to me. When students are out, they lose classroom instruction. So last year, we had 685 total absences for the days we were in school and 107 tardies. And I want to make note that tardies are students that check in the mornings from appointments or students who check out in the afternoons. A tardy is not necessarily just a late check-in. It is if they are checked out in the afternoon. So out of these 685 absences, 52 students were quarantined at some point during the school year. And some students were quarantined multiple times. I mean, I know I had one student who was quarantined 3 different times because of exposure. One student was placed in a long-term behavioral facility, and then one student had a medical issue and was out for over 25 days. So those days contribute to the 685 absences. But to me, that just sounded like an awful lot. We had 63 days of students that were in school suspension, so they lacked instruction, classroom instruction. And then we had 77 days where students were placed in an alternative placement, such as our alternative school. That equals lots of loss of classroom instruction. If you look at the graph that's next on your handout, you can see that second block was quarantined the highest amount. And that goes back to, we had one student in my second block period who was positive and did not realize it. So she exposed just about the entire class. So there was quite a while where I had very few students in second block. And also, I'll get to that on the next slide, okay? You can see that fourth block had a lot of alternative school placement, and it was one specific student. If you look at the averages on the next slide, it shows where second block, the first 9 weeks, their grades were higher. Third 9 weeks, the second 9 weeks, everybody's scores dropped. That second 9 weeks, I actually tested positive for COVID-19, and I was quarantined for 14 days. So they lost 14 days of direct classroom instruction by a certified teacher. The action plan that we have, the components, I was going to purchase internet boosters to boost, like maybe put 2 in each hall. They are $150 each. 20 boosters, that was $3,000. The classroom clickers, we were going to write a grant to get those 30 sets of classroom clickers at $625 each, was $18,750. And then we had to have substitutes to train staff in stages to use the clickers and get the students engaged. I presented a timeline starting in July of 2021 where we're going to set up the Donors Choose account. We're going to raise funds. We're going to order the boosters, have it installed. Then we're going to try to do the clickers. We were just going to try to take it, step by step. And hopefully by the end of May of 2023, everything will be done. And we can review the standardized testing to see if the results have improved, and then meet with the attendance officer to make sure that the attendance has improved. The budget, the boosters again were $3,000. The clickers were $18,750. The first semester subs were $2,350, and then the second semester subs were $2,350. So it's close to around $25,000 to $30,000 for this project. Reaching the goal. By upgrading the technology at Ashford High School, student engagement, motivation, and improvement will improve on our campus, resulting in at least an increase of 25% on standardized testing scores. I'm counting on more effective student engagement to decrease the student absences by 20%. The math department will collectively meet when the standardized testing results are released, usually the August following testing. This year it was the middle of September, almost the end of September before we got our results, to determine if the 25% score increase was met. I will collect data from the attendance officer at the end of the 2022-2023 school year to measure the attendance goal. These goals will be based on the sixth grade students of the 2020-2021 school year, and then those specific students tracked for the next 3 years. So it's the kids we had in sixth grade last year. Now they're in seventh grade, and then next year in eighth grade. And then here are the references where I come up with all of my research. Thank you very much.